Good morning, everybody. My name is Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads, and this is our call for get started. So it's great for kind of new clients, and it's great for older clients that have been with us for a while. We're always adding new functionality, and it's good to stay on top of what we got. Basically, there's two things that Scott and I are trying to do here. We're trying to make things easier. And if something is new and an opportunity on the internet for you to capture more leads or to advertise, then we're going to make sure we're on top of that. So it's good to be on these calls every once in a while to see what's new. And with that, let's go log in and talk about the homepage. Actually, let's see here. Is it this page here? Somewhere. Yeah. This is our new dashboard. Now I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's something here that I definitely want to talk about because we're giving you a different look of what's going on. So you can actually see the kinds of leads that you're bringing in. There's a legend over here to tell you where they're coming from, right? And over here on the right, you'll see upcoming webinars. Your listings will be here. You can look at some of the PDF guides here or all the guides. And then look at the leads that are coming in from your landing pages. And this should really be something that you should be familiar with, especially if you look at Listings to Leads as an advertising platform. And there's certainly a lot of people who will sign on, they'll turn on a couple of automated functionalities, and that gets really exciting because they see a lot of colorful stuff go out. And then they forget about the rest of the platform. But I can tell you, we have a lot of clients who focus on generating hundreds of leads every week. And this legend right here, this chart is going to be very helpful for agents like you. And if you're not focused on generating hundreds of leads every week, you might want to do that if you want your business to grow. Okay. And so with Listings to Leads, there's a lot in the system, obviously, to help you advertise. There's a lot to help you advertise on social media, on Google, in print, with landing pages and PDF guides. And even tools in your CRM. So how to get to all those tools right here, like on the left, it says listings, and then it says ads. We've got ad software from Facebook and Instagram and Google. And we've got PDF guides, and we've got all kinds of social content. There's just a lot of ways for you to advertise and a lot of ways for you to capture leads. You definitely want to take advantage of that. But before we dive into it, I want to give you a couple of ideas of just some things some of our clients are doing right now. Scott and I get this report every week. And I was noticing that in the past 7 days, this group here, Live Distinctively, generated 25 open house leads. So I thought I'd just show you what that looks like. This is an open house sign-in form. And this tool is basically used on somebody's laptop at the open house. So that's actually a pretty solid number to have 25 leads from that form. That means a lot of people walk through there. And so my guess is that client was running ads, using our tools, driving people to the open house. And this is just one particular part of the system, which is the open house feedback form that generated 25 leads on the day of the event, right? And all of these here are doing the same things, right? So we'll look at Kevin Cooper, and Kevin Danielle must have had an open house as well. And so for them, they have the same thing. You can leave out a laptop, or you can leave out your little ThinkPad or whatever, iPad, and you can have people sign in online. Just ask them for their feedback as they're walking through. So you can see here, they generate 25 leads in a day, 15, 14, 13. I won't push us through all of them, but it's just worth noting that that's the kind of thing that can go on. I can tell you this, when our clients use our open house marketing system and use all the tools that are generated, it's not uncommon to be generating 50 and even 80 leads for our clients. There's a handful of tools that you want to use, and let's look at it. Let's go down that path and look at, well, no, we can't go there yet. We'll come back and we'll talk about open house marketing. We got to talk about, what do you do when you're a brand new client? How do you set up your account? And where I like to go is I like to go to the profile first, and I'll show you the things that you need to set up. Really setting up your account if you know what you're doing, real just takes a couple minutes, right? 5 minutes maybe. But here is auto posting. You want to connect your social media accounts right here. And then over here, make sure that this box here is filled in. If it's not filled in, if it's blank, just click copy and paste. But I think we've made it to where it's automated now. And then just save it. And that's just going to auto post your listings. We'll look at that in a little bit, to your social media accounts. If you go to Property Valuation Plus, this is going to auto post your home valuation landing pages to your social media accounts. And I recommend that you're doing that at least monthly. It's not a paid ad. It's just a post. We're just sharing it out there. We have another landing page for down payer assistance. You can customize them if you want, or you can just use them standard. And then new construction as well. And so for some of you, you don't have new construction, so you don't want to use this, right? You don't have new construction in your markets. But for others that do, you might want to customize this, right? You might want to go in and say, hey, let's make this new construction thing speak to our local market. And then you can have that go out and just turn it on here and save. So that's automation to social media, auto posting. Here is CRM integration. And this is something that you should definitely be connecting. And we've got the APIs from many of the leading CRM platforms in the country. And if you're using one here, you just click in and follow the steps. Okay. And so that's what's set up on the profile. On the actual navigation bar on the left, the ad section needs to be set up. So let's go click there and we'll look at it. Now, our ad section, and this is a demo account here, it's already connected. So mine is going to look different from yours, right? If you're brand new to the system, it's going to have a big blue button in the middle of that white section, and it's going to say connect to Facebook. And then once you've done that, it's going to show you these two green buttons where you can run ads on Facebook. And then it will also say create Google Ads. And if you want more listings, I definitely recommend that you upgrade and take and sign up for the Google Ads. You actually get 30 free days. It makes running ads on Google very easy. But if you want more listings, that's a place where you really need to have a focus on. You'll also see, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's a little green box here with it says sync now, right? You'll see a little yellow box and it will say accept custom audience terms. Click in that box and accept those terms. It's going to take you to another page, accept it, and then refresh this page. And it will then say turn on retargeting. And that is what I definitely want everybody to do, is turn on retargeting. It's a powerful part of Facebook ads. Many agents don't know how to use it. It's definitely complicated to do inside of Facebook, so that's understandable. But we make it very easy here, and we'll talk about how to create an audience soon, and I'll show you exactly why you want to do that. But those are the setup things, right? Come here, connect Facebook, accept the custom audience terms, and then turn on retargeting. Over here is another tab that says social, okay? And it's going to seem weird probably at this point, because at this point you're going, I just connected social. So why am I connecting again? We're doing different things in listings to leads with your social media accounts. And so you do need to connect multiple times. And so here it says connect new social account, and you can connect all of your socials here. Then it's going to ask you what schedule. The default is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can make it every day. You can make it one day a week. And then the most important part are the topics, right? So I think we've got over 50 different real estate related topics. This content is written in-house. It's conversational. It's not super dry. It's not boring. It's not deep statistics. It's really more about, it takes a second to pull up because there's so much data under there. It's really about like design, kitchen design, outdoor design. Let's see down here, bathroom, garage, things like that. If you click the eyeball, you can see all the articles that are there, and there are a lot. There's outdoor living, quotes, fun stuff. So you can add these kinds of things that will automatically go out with all these colorful pictures, and you don't have to touch it. It's just good content. And what's nice about it, we're actually already getting feedback that the articles are written, I don't know, open enough or friendly enough or whatever, that people are responding to the automated post. And that's really great, because I'm not sure what you're sharing on social media, but if you're gathering networks and people are not responding, that's not great. And so we're actually happy to see that, hey, not only is this going out as part of your platform and you set it up and it's automatic, but it's actually engaging the people. Now, one thing I really want to point out, we haven't talked about it earlier, is that we have PDF guides. Okay, I'm going to show you that next. And the PDF guides they're like 5 or 6 pages long. And there's 40 for home buyers and there's 40 for home sellers. We've even translated them into Spanish if you're in Spanish speaking markets. And if you turn them on, like these two are highlighted in green and these two are not, if you turn them on, we're going to auto post them to your social media accounts. And there's always a landing page behind that post. So if somebody wants to download one of those 80 reports, they've got to give you free contact information, right? They can download it for free, but they've got to give you their contact information before they can. So that's a really smart thing to do. You can either do it by hand or you can set it up automatically right here. The other thing that I think falls under client setup is client reviews. Now, we actually take your reviews and we put them on our single property websites and some of our landing pages and our virtual tours. So if somebody is looking at your property, we actually are showing your reviews right there. And so you can add them here. You can import them from Zillow and Testimonial Tree. But if you're getting reviews on Facebook or Google, you can also manually pull them in here. Okay. Once you've done that, we are going to create a client review website. And I definitely recommend that you share this and tag your clients as you're getting reviews. All of your reviews are here. If you scroll down, our 3 top landing pages are there. So that will help people if they need this kind of information. I did mention to you that we have 80 PDF guides and they can download any of them right here. But if they click download for free, they're going to have to give you their contact info. So this is great in that regard. And then all of your listings are on this page. Okay. And so if there's a listing and somebody's interested in it and they click on it, it's going to bring them to the single property website that we also automatically created for you. And as you're scrolling through here, there's going to be a pop-up to capture contact information here. So when we scroll down, I think somewhere, yeah, you can see that here are the reviews that we were talking about. So they're right here where you want them. If somebody's looking at your property and they want to know what kind of realtor you are, it's all answered right here. So there's a lot of information and that's on the client review website. So you just want to take the time, get your reviews in there and then use that page. So I think that's the bulk of this setup. There's one other thing I'll talk about, and that's over here is in follow-ups. And follow-ups is really drip campaigns, okay? And mine looks a little bit messy because we're testing. You're basically going to have 4 options. You're going to have buyer lead follow-ups and seller lead follow-ups, and in English or in Spanish, okay? So that's, I'll tell you this. We actually have clients from very large CRMs, and they're A/B testing along the sides of our tools, and they're finding that we have a higher open rate than some of the leading CRMs that you know. Right. But also what's important about this is we've dovetailed our tools. We dovetail our PDF guides into the drip campaign. And what we have seen very quickly is that it's actually closing appointments. Okay. So if you've got a CRM and you're dropping leads in there and you're not getting appointments from it, you might want to turn this on because I think anybody knows, most agents know you should have a follow-up plan or drip campaign for your leads. And you should probably be calling them and texting them throughout time, right? Until they finally are ready to pull the trigger with you. But I would say the majority of CRM drip campaigns are fairly stale right out of the box, and they're not closing appointments for you. And so you don't actually sign contracts. You don't actually close a lot of business until you met somebody. And so you definitely want to look at this follow-ups here because I've already had a number of conversations with agents that, oh, we didn't even know that I have this appointment because of your system. So it's a very powerful drip campaign, basically, is what I'm trying to tell you. So now that you've got those things set up, I will tell you one more thing I forgot in the profile. Normally, our support team will set up your appearance, but just in case, on your profile is an appearance section. And here you can upload your logo, you can use one of the branding color schemes, or you can just create your own, right? You can just go through and make a scheme the way that you want. That's all there. And that's about it for setup. What I do want to say is that, like I mentioned earlier, we have 80 PDF guides and we have unlimited landing pages. Now they're all template driven. The landing pages are template driven. If you want to create one, let's just go up and look at them real quickly. When we go here, there are landing pages for recruiting, property valuation plus, iBuyer landing pages, FSBOs, expireds. You can do custom ones if you want, nearby home sold, empty nesters, and growing family. And I will point out this, avoid foreclosures is something that you should, I think you might want to be focused on coming up in the future. I actually had an office set up with me last week because they're like, listen, we can see them coming and we want to have tools for all of our agents to go out and take advantage of it. And the one thing that they definitely wanted was they wanted a avoid foreclosure landing page. And then also we had a PDF guide that was on the same thing. And the nice thing, let's just go click over and look at PDF guides here. If you are looking at short sales or foreclosure, well, you can download it right here and you can door knock, but that's not a lot of fun. You can also, and I think one of the most important things is use our ad software to just drive people to those landing pages, right? So they can download the report or they can go find out information on the avoid foreclosure landing page. But by using our ad software, you can drive it in front of thousands of people in just a couple clicks on either Facebook or Google. And I mentioned Google earlier, but I will point out, Facebook is awesome. Our clients have captured a lot of leads. They've grown their business using our Facebook software. We are big fans of it. But when people have a question in their mind and they need to do something important. I need to take a vacation. I need to buy a steak dinner in New York, or I need to sell my home, right? They don't ask those questions on Facebook. They ask them on Google. And so in order to get in front of those people, you could just say, hey, I want to target people in Dallas, right? Texas. And all this stuff under advanced options, we're doing for you automatically. If you wanted to do it by hand, you could go do it by hand, but you'd have to do all of the stuff that I'm showing you right now. And then we're putting all these keywords in here, right? So that's what this ad is about. Now, there's a short sale PDF guide. If I click on view link, I'm actually driving to the landing page that says, hey, give us your information so you can download that report for free. That's a way of avoiding or of capturing leads on the #1 website in the country. So I'm just pointing it out because I just had that conversation, but I also want to let everybody know that when it comes to listing marketing, there are a lot of tools that capture leads right now. And when we started the call, I was showing you the open house, right? The open house leads that were coming in. So I thought we should probably go back there and talk about. So we'll talk about listing marketing, but we'll talk about it from an open house perspective. Now, one thing about listings to leads is your listings hit the platform usually when you have it's just listed. And then if you schedule an open house, you can put it in there and then we'll update the tools and we'll be looking for buyers at the open house. But when a home goes pending or under contract or sold, all the call to actions flip to be getting listing leads saying, this is going to affect your home value. Click here to get your home value. So if you want to double, right, or triple your listing count, you want to use a lot of the tools that I'm about to show you, right? So this is an open house. And if we run an ad on Facebook and on Instagram, we can do it in basically one click. We click that button there, and then we click create an ad. Now, if you want to customize this, because this is exactly what the ad's going to look like, it's going to be sponsored by your business page, not our real estate test business page. But if we're missing something in the actual ad text, you can just click on it and type whatever you want, right? Great school, right? New kitchen, wine cellar, large barn, whatever. And when you type that there and you click create ad, that's what the ad's going to look like. We're using Facebook software to get their name, email, and phone number pre-populated from their profiles. So since people aren't having to type that in, you get a high accuracy of your leads with, again, name, email, phone number. Now, when we're going, this is an open house, we know that this is going to be early stage, right? So we're looking for buyers, but when you flip the house to pending or sold, it's going to have, it's going to use the same house, but now it's getting listing leads. So here it says open house in Boise, instant access. So this is a social media post. The difference from a social media post, it's you can just share anything you want. An ad reaches out, and it reaches out to everybody within 15 miles or 30 miles or something like this. But this is just a shared post. It looks similar, but it's slightly different. But similar to the ad, if somebody clicks on it, it's going to drive them to a single property website. And if somebody is looking around here, and there's going to be all the things that we were talking about earlier, there's a marketing plan of basically what our system looks like. There's your PDF guides. There's even an offer to get your free home value while you're looking at this home, because we know that people are looking at homes because they own a home. And there are your reviews. And here is the landing page that pops up, or the squeeze page part of it, that says, this is going to happen in 2 days. Click here to continue. And at that point, we grab their name and email and we deliver it to you. So that's all a free post. And that's what we were talking about at the very beginning when I said turn on social media auto posting, right? That's what this is. Let's go back to the listing. There are tools for the seller's social media. If you like high quality referral leads, use the seller social media tool. It's for the seller's business page, not for your page. We've got you covered. The nearby homeowner letter is the #1 tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. Okay. So got a lot of ways of capturing listing leads, a lot of ways, a lot of tools, but the highest quality tools come from this piece of paper. Okay. So let's look at it and let's talk about it. And I'll tell you this. Oh, that's so weird. Google changed your website. And so now I'm having to adapt. This is a single piece of paper. Okay. So I want you to think about this, because what I'm telling you is coming from our 13 years of doing this experience. The highest quality listing leads comes from using this piece of paper. All right. Not from Facebook and not even from Google. And here you can see it's an open house. So on the top, it says, hey, kind of open house from 1 to 4. Go to this website or scan this and go find out. And of course, become a buyer lead, right? But it says when it's sold, it's going to affect your home value. So go here to get your free home value. So who is going to do that? Only people who are owning a home that want to know the value of their home. It's a lot different from running an ad on Facebook, where I'm looking at all the things my friends are eating, and I'm looking at their pets and their kids and their grandkids. And then you've got an ad that's just popping up, right? It's not quite the same thing. In this case, you're mailing it, right? You're mailing it, or you're door knocking it, and you're leaving it in a radius in a neighborhood. If you've got a listing in a neighborhood or in a condo, right, and you want more listings there, this is the absolute #1 tool that you got to use. Now, we've got a partner called Express Copy. Okay. Now, and what I'm going to tell you here is that this is a really great solution. We're not taking a percentage of the fee to do this, but I definitely, if you have not a lot of time and you want more listings, you definitely got to take advantage of this. You click on circle prospect or address radius. It sees the address. You can say, hey, I want people within 4 miles, but it's going to target people who have equity of single family homes. And you just click submit order, and it's going to mail these. It's going to stuff the envelopes and label them, put the letter in there, and mail it to whatever radius you decide with people with more than 6 years of equity in their home. So this is a really high quality strategy, right? I will point out it costs $1.80 per letter. Okay. If you want, you can download the letter and do the work yourself. They're just making it very simple, and it's a premium price for that. If you've got a deep database, if you've got hundreds or thousands of leads, click copy code and use the electronic version of that, where it says got open house up top and that affects your home value at the bottom. And that's what I told you, right? We give you short form video scripts. And if you know anything about social media, you know that video is coming and it's here, right? Ever since TikTok, video has become more and more important on even Facebook, Instagram, and Google. So we're giving you the ability to download kind of a cheat sheet, read it once or twice, whip out your smartphone and record it. That's really it. If you want, you can use this app to share it to your favorite social medias, but you've probably got that software on your phone anyway. We do create single property websites and virtual tours. We started the call talking about open house marketing. We've got a whole stack of tools for your open house. So you definitely want, if you want to have dozens of leads for your open house, use the tools. Listing flyer, postcards, and door hangers, just like the letter. There's a URL on the front that says, hey, you've got an open house, you'll become a buyer lead. And on the back, it's going to say that affected your home value, and go here to get your free home value. We've got blog tools. We've got QR codes. We auto upload a virtual tour to YouTube, and we even have Craigslist. And I don't know how long you guys have been in real estate. There was a time, actually, when we first started this company, that Craigslist was a hotbed for lead gen. And I'd say about 5 years ago, maybe 6, Craigslist changed their website to stop kind of spam scams on their website. And a lot of realtors left. It got real hard to capture leads. But in America, the average person really likes Craigslist. I think it's the number 16th most trafficked website in the country. Okay, 16. And that means a lot of people are hitting that website. But what's funny is pretty much all of your competition has left that website. All of the realtors got tired of messing with it because it dramatically changed. But I'm always talking to realtors. And so I'm actually finding out that some people are saying, hey, we're getting really high quality leads from there because they do make it harder. Craigslist made it harder. And so the people who are finding them, they're more serious about what's going on. So that's listing marketing. Okay. As I mentioned, we have PDF guides. I do want to go back to the PDF Google, but there's a lot of ways of marketing, right? If you click on market any of these PDF guides, you can run an ad on Facebook and Instagram. You could have a social media post on it. And that's if you want to do it by hand. I showed you on the social page that you can have us do it automatically. If you've got a deep database, there's an e-flyer for you. You can blast it out. There'll be a link. They can actually download this report if they give you their contact information. Your print flyers and postcards and door hangers the same way. And like I mentioned earlier, they're all pointing to a landing page about that particular topic, right? This is great to use. A lot of our clients will even download these if they're getting, listing leads, and they'll leave them in an envelope just to stay top of mind, right? Just to leave them at the door. Because for homeowners, there are 40 different reports. There are 40 different reports for home buyers too. So there's a lot of value that you can share with these people. And you, the agent, are branded on every page of every one of these. So it's definitely going to help you. So we talked about the social. section where we've got all that great content. We talked about landing pages. We talked about client reviews, right? So let's talk a little bit about software, right? I think a lot of our clients are very excited about the ad software because it generates a lot of leads. Actually, we're about to do a press release, our quarterly statistics for the cost of leads. And it'll probably go out this week. We can see in the last quarter that buyer leads on Facebook cost about $3.02. Open house leads cost $3 and change. Coming soon leads cost $3 and change as well. So to create an ad on an open house, you just make sure you got an open house and you click create ad. And we looked at this before, but just to refresh, it's very easy, right? You could just click publish. It says open house. If you want details, click on it. And so that's going to help people who want buyers. So there's two different things that I think you want to think about when it comes to Facebook. You see here, it says sponsored by our real estate test. That's not what it's going to say. It's going to say sponsored by your business page. And that that alone is very valuable because I think as a realtor, I don't know what cities you guys are sitting in, but I could probably hazard a guess that you've got thousands of real estate competitors in your markets. So how do you stand out? How do people know your name or your brand that you're a realtor? I think Facebook is great because every time you run a $35 ad, this is a $35 ad, a couple thousand people are going to see that ad. Okay. And it's a good look. I'll show you what I mean. And of course, it's going to be designed to capture leads. So I definitely recommend that you are running ads. I recommend that an agent runs a couple of ads every week on Facebook, maybe two $25 ads. So you're spending $200 a month, right? For $200 a month, depending on the kinds of ads, you could be generating 50 to 100 leads every month. This here is it's a live account for an expansion team from Keller Williams in the Carolinas, right? So they've got agents all over North and South Carolina, and they need buyer leads. So they use our platform for that particular thing. And let me show you how they're doing it. So this account we launched in Halloween of last year. So it's about 9 months old, something like that. But we can learn a lot here. They run almost 400 ads. They spend $100 on each ad. They have 12,000 leads for their buyers agents in North and South Carolina. But also what's interesting is their business pages have been seen nearly 3 million times. And you got to ask, they're seeing these on Facebook, right? Do you know any company in your state that's being seen 1 million times, 1 million times? It just doesn't happen that often. It really can be done with relatively little money. Granted, $40,000 is not a little bit of money, but this is over the full course of the year. I think it's great for branding. And that's why I tell agents to always run 1 to 2 ads every week, because you're going to get leads with name, email, and phone number, but people are going to start recognizing you, right? They're going to know you are a realtor. So let's look at this here just to learn a little bit about what we can see. So this ad here, they have $90 on it. You can see it here. $77 have been used. Nearly 3,000 people have seen it to 2,700, right? The cost per lead is $5.94. And they got 13 leads. Now notice the cost per lead is $5.94 there, almost $6 here. It's $4.05, almost $4. And over here, it's $2.33. I don't know why it swings like that, but it does. It might be the time, day, the competition, or other agents running ads at the same time. I honestly don't know. That's a question for Facebook. So good luck with getting that answer. But here, no, even here, it's like nearly 3,000, 2,600 people have seen it. And the cost per lead is $1.46. Okay. In order to do this, all this company is doing is just running ads on their listings. And They're not even running under contract, which would get them listing leads because they don't want with it. I think they have a different way of getting listing leads. They're just trying to get buyer leads for their buyer's agents. Okay. That's what it is. So they're just running ads on properties that are active. And you can do that. But I wanted to show you this because you're going to see the reach, which is the branding side of it. You're going to see the cost per lead here, which Facebook sets. And that's why I tell everybody you should have some sort of Facebook consistent ad campaign going. But if we're talking about getting listing leads, you can run ads for sold and pending properties, right? It's just the lead quality is not as high. If you're filling a database, you imagine you got a funnel of all your leads. These might be, if you're running ads on Facebook for sold properties or things like that, pending properties, then their leads, they're real leads and name, email, and phone number. They're just maybe not as good as the leads that are coming from the nearby homeowner letter. Maybe they're not as good as the leads that are coming from Google. They are, however, much, much cheaper. Okay. So you're just looking at if you look at your database and the value of your database, know that some leads have a different value than others, depending on where you got them, right? Of course. So that's that. But you can go here and you could say, hey, I want to run an ad on a property that is sold. And if you do that, these leads are going to cost quite a bit more, sometimes twice as much. All right. So if you market a home that's sold, these leads can often cost like $7 each. Your dollar goes less further, but there's probably a different value of you having a listing than you finding a buyer. Right. And that's why Facebook sets that price of those leads. And that's how that whole thing starts. You can also run ads on the PDF guides, right? We were talking about that earlier, that we have 80 of them. You could say, I want to talk to buyers or I want to talk to sellers. And if I type sellers and I say, here we go, how can we avoid foreclosure? I wouldn't actually recommend it, but I'm going to go down this path. Just to give you a little bit of sense of how to manage, how to set your own expectations. So let's say I am targeting my town where I live, right? Lafayette, California. And everybody within 15 miles, what happened? What did I do? Hold on. Yeah. Everybody within 15 miles or 30, I can expand it, is going to see this. And these leads cost about $10 each when getting listing leads from Facebook. It could be 10, it could be 20, right? But they see this. If they click on it to download it, we're going to get their contact information, and that's what you expect from us, right? But we got to remember, let's go look at Facebook and talk a little bit about this. Facebook is a great platform. Hey, what's this? What's happening? It's like the number 3 website in the country in terms of traffic. Okay. So people are on here. American adults are on here like 40 minutes every day, right? They could be driving their car. They could be in line buying groceries, whatever. They're looking at this page. Okay. And that's why when you put an ad up here, it can be effective because they are there looking at stuff, right? But if somebody has a question in the world, right, they don't go over here and say, hey, well, what's the best hotel in Mexico, right? Or whatever. They go to Google, right? And when they go to Google, they're asking 86% of all questions are asked on Google. Okay. And that's why you need to have a Google strategy, right? And so the question is usually something like, how do I sell my home? Right? That's the relevant question that if you're looking for listings, that's what's going on, right? If I go here to ads and we know we can run this out here on Facebook, you're shooting it to people you don't know what they're doing. You don't know, do they own a home, right? It's just going out, and if you're lucky, it's going to resonate with somebody on there. But when you're doing it on Google, it's a totally different animal, because on Google, somebody is asking a question. So if I say, I want to do a PDF, the same kind of PDF guide for sellers on, let's get back there. Hold on a second. Sometimes my mouse acts really weird. Let's go to, well, let's do the FISBO one. FISBO. You can run an ad and we've got all the keywords already built in down below. You don't need to look at them, but we put them there. How to sell your own home, right? So these are the questions that a FISBO would type in. And then when they get there and they're on Google and they ask that question, boom, your answer is right there, right? Now, I'm not going to click on these because if I click on these to show you what these people are doing, that agent's actually going to pay for that click, pay-per-click advertising. So here we can click on view link and we can see, okay, where are we driving it to? We're driving them to download a report on how to manage a FISBO, right? And like I said, you're on every page of every one of these reports. So you're offering value. They can download it for free. They just need to give up their contact information. And the reason realtors like to do that is that they're actually, I think, what is it? It's within 2 months on average that a realtor will hand over, that a FISBO will hand over their listing to a realtor. And if you're giving them marketing and you're giving them content to use, they're probably going to be giving it to you, right? That's the whole point of why people go after FISBOs. But there's a lot of different topics and you can run ads on Google for when people have questions that are related. And we have, let's see if we can get back there. All I really want you to understand is there are 40 different guides for homeowners and Google is the #1 website on the internet. Okay. And if you're going to be a real estate agent with listings, you need to have a Google strategy. That's just all I can tell you. You just have to. It doesn't matter if you're selling cars or eyelashes or mattresses or homes. You need to have a strategy of how am I going to get more leads in that area. And so if somebody wants to know their home value in whatever town, you can create the landing page for it. And then you just type in the name of the town. And then you can go, okay, well, where are we sending it? Sending it right here to the landing page where they can get their free home value. So that's the nature of listings to leads. There are tools to help you get buyers. There are tools to help you get sellers. And a lot of our clients are generating hundreds of leads a week. A lot of our clients are generating hundreds of leads a month. Some of our clients generate like 5 leads a month and they're really excited about that. I don't know where you are on the spectrum of all that. If you want leads or if you just like some of the cool, colorful, automated marketing that we're doing. All of those options are all available to you, right? There's a lot of ways to engage your markets, to engage your farm markets with print, with social media, with ads, with Google. So I would recommend that you use those tools. I will point out that we have our own YouTube channel. And if you're new to us and you're trying to understand what we're doing, every class that we're doing, including this one, is recorded and put here. And I'm going to send this to everybody right now. Let's see if I can see a question here. Yeah. You're going to see this blinking on your GoToMeeting panel here in just a moment. Should be there now. There are a couple of calls that I want to point out. One is top tools for more listings. You can see here 6 days ago, I did that call. That's a really important call. If you want more listings, you might want to know, right, what are the top tools? And that's it. Over here, how to all the kinds of ads you can create. Oh no, this is Scott actually doing a quick video, which I really like these. So my classes are usually like an hour long, 45 minutes, an hour long. But what we're starting to do is just quick 5-minute videos, right? 4 minutes here, 6 minutes here of just one task. And so here, if you want to create an ad for Just Listed, it's right here. It's covered very quickly. So I definitely recommend that. Let's see. So top tools to more listings, get started in Facebook. I recommend that you check out a couple of these and you check them out maybe once a month. There's always new tools. You want to see what's going on, what we're doing. We're at it. We definitely have a heavy tech schedule for the rest of this year, 2023. and we're going to be delivering some really great stuff. So you want to keep close to us. And lastly, just in case you're not aware, there is a mastermind group, the Listings-to-Leads mastermind group. And let's see if we can get there. This is a private group on Facebook. Use the support page in your account and ask to be added to it. This is where Scott and myself share a lot of information. It's also where our clients ask a lot of questions. Some of them are probably better for support. Still, they ask, and you can learn a lot. Like we're just scan this every week for 5 minutes, and you're going to learn something that's probably you'll be able to apply for your business. That's my story for today, everybody. Any questions about anything we covered here, or do you have questions about other parts of the platform? One thing I didn't mention while we're waiting for any response, there's a bot section, which is like a chat bot. Have you ever seen when you land on a Facebook ad or you land on a website and there's like this software that says, hey, how can I help you? Are you a buyer or seller? That's what the bots are. I don't talk about them much because I have not seen them move the needle for any of our clients. Okay. And what I have been showing you definitely moves the needle for our clients. So let's see here if I see something coming in. Oh yeah, sorry. Thanks. I wanted to do that. So Chris is asking about retargeting. Let's just talk about what it actually is. When we went to the ad section earlier and I talked about connect your social media account, connect your ad manager. And then I said, there'll be a yellow box and it'll tell you to turn on custom audiences. And then it will say, turn on retargeting. All that does is that allows you to create an audience. There's a couple of audiences that you might want to be creating, right? One, maybe you've got 1,000 or 3 or 4. I've talked to agents who have 6,000 leads because they've been in the space for a long time. You could export those leads out of your CRM and then upload them here and just call them my old leads or whatever, right? This is the format of what your spreadsheet should look like. Email, number, first name, last name. And as long as that list is over 1,000 leads long, you can upload it and then target them. This might be relevant if you're an office and you're trying to do recruiting ads. I set up the office accounts, and so I have this discussion for ML. So if an office is sitting on a database of all the agents in their MLS, I'd be like, create a custom audience, call it Orlando agents. And then when you're using our recruiting tools and you're running ads in front of them, you're targeting those people. If they happen to be on Facebook during the course of that ad, they're going to see it. That's how that works. Another important kind of audience that you can create is you can buy, remember when we were talking about the nearby homeowner letter? And I said, hey, you can get the nearby homeowner letter and Express Copy will mail it to people with equity. You could also go over to remind.com or Redx or HomeSnap and buy a list of homeowners that you own, right? And you can then say, okay, I want to upload it here. And it's going to say Pleasant Hill homeowners. And then when you upload it, now if you go to create a Facebook ad and you say, you know what, I want to run an ad on a home. I don't have it, but I don't have one created for Pleasant Hill, but I have one for Pleasant Hill. So you create your landing page to target the area and you buy the custom audience, you buy the list of the page from whatever company. And then instead of typing in the name of the town up here, you click retarget and you type in the name of the file of the custom audience, right? And so it would probably say something like Pleasanton homeowners or Concord homeowners or whatever the name of your town is. That is the smartest way of really optimizing Facebook. If you are going to be running home value ads or ads to get seller leads, you want to do that. You want to create those custom audiences for each of those farm markets. All right, I see another question. When will this be available? This will probably be on our YouTube channel tomorrow, William. Okay. Any other questions? I don't see any. This will be on the mastermind group, the recording, and also it will be on our YouTube channel. So go check it out there. And I do want to point out, we've got a really awesome support team. They are right down here above your profile picture. And if you have a question, just put it right there in the center. Everybody sees this. You're welcome, Ari. Thanks, everybody. Are there any more questions? Want to make sure, and you've got a little bit of time here. For my story, I've mentioned everything I wanted to say. Okay. All right. It looks like we're set. I don't see any more questions. So enjoy the rest of the summer and let us know how we can help you. Thanks.